Good morning. Call the meeting to order. The meeting for Committee of Adjustment and Planning Committee meeting for municipality. It is now. The municipality of Tweed recognizes that our work takes place on traditional Indigenous territories, including the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee people. We recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples whose presence continues to enrich our communities. First order of business will be the attendance. Members present. We'll start with the staff.
Lucas Wales, Deputy Clerk, Zoning Administrator.
Lori Crellin, Clerk.
Jim Peterson, Committee Member.
Jack Robinson.
Phyllis Savoy.
Peter Ballard, Council.
All members are present for the meeting today. The agenda was distributed to the committee members. Are there questions concerning the agenda? Motion to put the agenda forward, moved by Peter, seconded by Jim. All those in favor? The agenda has been set. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof for the item on the agenda? None. Okay, the adoption of the minutes from the previous meeting being January 30th were also distributed to the committee members. We have a motion to accept the minutes as presented, moved by Peter, seconded by Jack. All those in favor? Minutes are carried. The application for discussion today is severance application B8325. The applicant Shay Cassidy, authorized agent PA Miller Surveying. Is anyone, are they joining in? I can't see. No? Okay. The location of the property is 1245 Marlbank Road. The proposal is that the subject lands known municipally as 1245 Marlbank Road are located on the north side of Marlbank Road, approximately 1 kilometer east of the intersection of Marlbank Road and Old Hungerford Road in the municipality of Tweed. The subject lands are approximately 5.7 hectares, 14 acres in lot area, with approximately 198 meters being 650 feet of frontage on Marlbank Road, a year-round maintained public road. The applicant proposes to create a new rural residential lot fronting on the north side of Marlbank Road. Proposed lot will have an approximate area of 5.3 hectares, being 13 acres, and provide 145 meters, 475 feet of frontage on the north side of Marlbank Road. It's vacant and intended for future residential development. The retained lands will have an area of approximately 0.4 hectares, 1 acre, with 53 meters or 173 feet of frontage on Marlbank Road. The retained lands contain the existing 157 square meter or 1,700 square foot dwelling and a detached accessory garage. Mover and seconder to put the application forward for discussion, moved by Peter, seconded by Jim. Questions, comments, committee members, additional information from staff? Nothing, Lucas? Okay. Anybody on the committee question? Jim?
Just one question, Luke. What's just for clarification, what's the minimum acreage or hectares that you need to have to maintain a rural category, enable to people to have horses and livestock? Is it 15 acres or is it 10 acres?
It's 15, yes.
Okay, so that's why it was originally a 15-acre block likely, and then this reduction will put it into a rural residential, or just?
I believe both of them are zoned rural residential. It may have been an error where it was just slightly over the size requirement of the bylaw. They are asking at the county level for confirmation from the surveyor that the appropriate sizes are going to be met for the bylaw. But yeah, 15 acres is the requirement for rural lands for livestock.
So 15 acres or 6 hectares, so it's below that threshold now.
That's correct.
Okay.
Anyone else? Jack, anything?
No, I think everything's in order.
Okay. Peter?
I agree with Jack.
Yep. Okay. So the motion then would read, be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment Planning recommend that council grant consent for severance application B8325 with the following conditions. 1, that all realty taxes are paid in full. 2, that the parkland fee is paid in the amount of $750 for the new lot. 3, road widening as required along the severed lot to conform to 33 feet from the center line of the traveled roadway, which is Marlbank Road. And 4, that the Public Works Manager is satisfied with safe site entrance on the severed lot with roadside ditching and drainage. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Carried. So it will go to the council meeting March
17th.
13th?
17th. Sorry.
17th, okay. Thank you. The applicants will be notified. Staff updates?
Yes, I've got several. So since our last meeting, we had a couple of reports on the January meeting, so just some follow-up from those reports. Council passed the governance change, so we will be seeing through the Spark program and then our regular planning files, all planning files coming to our planning committee of adjustment moving forward. I've had that discussion with the county, so we're just rolling out scheduling. So as we move now forward through the year, depending on the volume of what's happening out in the community, we should see some larger agendas, or at least more consistent agendas moving forward with hosting all of the public meetings for all types of rezonings. That's really the only change from that report. The second report from the last meeting was to do with road widening, and the committee had kind of asked me to go back and explore some possibilities a little bit further. I don't have a formal report for you today. Of course, just returning, but I can get that to you. The discussion that I've had with members of the community, development community, planning staff, staff that don't work in planning on feedback, is that the proposal of doing development agreements probably isn't going to work for the municipality in the long run. The way that we have it set up now, is probably the best and most feasible way for the municipality to obtain a road widening. If the committee would like, I could put that into an analysis and a report. Or if the committee's just satisfied with continuing on with how we've been doing it, I'm not sure. Just gets looking for some direction, I guess, from the committee on that.
Jim, what's your preference?
I think the development agreements would actually be more complicated than just doing the survey. And I, as much as I kind of disagree with the whole process of having always do the road widening on forest roads, I know it's a provincial preference to do things that way and the county preference. So for us to do anything against it would probably not be worthwhile. It's an accepted practice, I think, provincially. So I think what we have is probably as good as we'll get.
Jack?
As long as it
Sorry.
just applies to the severed portion. I think that's the way it reads right now, isn't it, Lucas?
That's correct. That's what our bylaw reads. And that's what it should be.
Because if
For
someone,
any consent file. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to be careful of that.
yeah, because if someone has 200 acres and a large amount of frontage, it applies to the severed portion only, not the entire property.
That's correct.
being affected.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
Jack?
Yeah, I guess when I read the county report, they say that we should consider taking the land but they say we should consider, so that doesn't mean we have to do it, does it?
That's correct. We don't have to do it. Staff's position would be that in most cases we do. There's been rare cases where we haven't. If it's a very like a class 6 road and we know we're never going to widen it because of the geography, we have just parked that requirement. But you're correct. It's for us to consider it.
I guess on this particular one, on the Marlbank Road there, I don't think can see any future, like development in the future. So why are we taking it? Like,
Sure.
I know the county, they had to maintain it. That's why they quit taking it. But it makes the house sit back another 33 feet.
Right, for sure. So, I mean, there's a couple of things we could do, and maybe we could even have the manager of Public Works come to the committee and talk about road widening as well in terms of some of the general maintenance or emergency work that may need to be done in the future, to talk a little bit about why it's important for us to have these road widening areas for specific scenarios. And I think Jack's right, it's a consider. I think that's the important part, is that not every single road, not every single severance would require road widening. So maybe we take a closer look at it as we're doing that. But I think in a lot of cases, speaking with colleagues and other staff and planning, the majority of the time it makes sense to just take it through the surveying process of the consent, rather than being in a situation down the road where we need it and we don't have it because of a particular instance of maybe flooding or drainage or ditching or something that needs to be done. We already own it at that point.
Peter?
Yes, I'm just listening to Lucas and everybody else. All great points. I think at the end of the day, the fact that as a municipality, we may need it at some particular point in time makes it a relevant thing for us to continue to do. So.
Everybody's okay with that? So what's the consensus? Do we need a report, or we're satisfied with the discussion that we've had and we'll just continue on an as need be discussion for particular applications? Is that?
I look at the road up our place, and I've had a few severances and they've taken it. As Jim said, you go and you go to the regular, and I don't think it's necessary most times.
Through the chair, would an internal process, right now, we essentially receive the severance application, and based on my review, we bring forward a list of recommended conditions. Would the committee like the Public Works Department to review the need for road widening as part of severances to more thoroughly verify potential need based on the class of the road?
I think that would be helpful to come back to say that they've looked at it and they don't feel that that's going to be required, or that they do feel, provided that it's like a legit review, not just well, who cares?
Yeah, right.
Anybody else, Jim?
Well, for instance, like in the Marlbank Road, it's on a concession line there already where the Shade Cassidy is, and there would be a 66-foot road allowance, road width there already. So it wouldn't require any road widening, but they would look at it through the survey process and understand that that width is already there. So the only time it usually applies is on a forest road. A forest road doesn't have that road allowance associated with it.
Right.
So, and sometimes the forest roads are in a geographic area where like the road super could go out and say, we're never going to change anything here. Because it's a very low use road, and perhaps in a case like that, it may not be applicable, where you could may consider as opposed to having it be mandatory.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I think for him to go and look at, perhaps he should look at each one individually but for him to provide a report for us, I think would be just adding extra work to his workload.
For sure.
Well, it could be done in a discussion where he could say to Lucas, that's knowing the geography to be able to say, no, that's not going to be a problem.
Mhm.
One would hope.
So right now with the internal process of a notice of decision being issued after a severance has gone back to the county, our Public Works Department will go out and confirm a safe site entrance. We have a form internally to track that information. It goes in the file, and then it's recorded of course, for the severance, but if we ever need it down the road as well for when the actual entrance goes in. In a very informal case of how we've been doing it now is more myself will review the file. If I identify maybe this isn't something that necessarily needed road widening, then I would reach out to the Public Works Manager and we confirm it. Again, that's a very rare scenario. But it could be just an internal process of sending the application for comment as we do with zoning and variance applications when it requires technical review from department heads. Just a quick email, essentially. Yeah.
Well, let's try it and see if it resolves the issue. And then if not, we could revisit this.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay with that? Jack, you okay with that?
No, that's okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Next item.
The next item is something that Member Robinson had brought forward as well, the front yard setbacks for accessory buildings. I haven't had a chance to prepare the report yet. I've been away. Hopefully we'll have that on the agenda for the March meeting for discussion, and we'll see where we can take that moving forward. A couple other items, we've had a brief discussion. We've done a number of amendments to our zoning bylaw, particularly during this term of council. It's time to look at consolidating our zoning bylaw, and I've had some early discussions with county planning staff to see what that would look like. There'll be more to come on that. Essentially, what we want to do is make sure that that resource that's available to our building and development community and staff and the general public is all comprehensively in one document. Right now we have amendments here and a bylaws here, and we want to bring that all together into to one resource document for the public. So those are some discussions that are just starting to happen now that we have our Spark agreement in place. The The last thing I want to talk to about is actually something Cindy is going to be talking to us about. Is the municipality has some trade shows that we're going to be attending this year, promoting the municipality, and I'll let Cindy speak on that and kind of how it relates to a small portion of planning and some of our policies.
Good morning, Chair and committee
Thank you.
members. So we will be participating in 2 trade shows. The RV show in March, as well as the Home and Cottage show that is put on by the Ontario Home Builders Association. And we thought we will be going to promote our tourism and recreation assets, but we thought this would be a great opportunity to promote ARUs. So Lucas will be coming to some of the shows. We've spoke with some builders who are in the business of building ARUs. One of them is Rajats, and they provided us with some information and some of the sort of features and services that they can provide. So that is what we're going to be doing at 2 of our bigger trade shows, and alongside that, we're going to be creating physical information such as rack cards and resource documents that's going to be easy to read and informative for anybody looking to have an ARU in their.
Can you identify
Second.
ARU for people that are listening to the meeting?
They are called accessory residential unit at this moment in time. I know it's changed into several different variations, secondary dwelling unit.
Granny flat.
Lucas, there was another one.
Different terminologies and things.
Terminologies.
Tiny
that,
homes, granny
years.
flat, yeah.
Yeah.
But we just felt that this was a great opportunity to piggyback off of these 2 trade shows and get that out there that we're here.
Yeah,
If you'd like to build an ARU, and we've got a lot of valuable information that we can provide.
good. Lucas?
So first of all, a huge thanks to community development for allowing us to have a small piece and part of this trade show, and something that the municipality is already doing, already budgeted for us to be able to hop on is huge. We've done all kinds of different policy changes, but it's important to promote it, and that's certainly not my strong suit, but it is for Cindy and Brittany. So I'm very appreciative that we can get this information out there. And along with that, also, the key is helping to grow our assessment base as well. And this is a really good tool that Tweed can use, but also other cities across North America are using to help grow the assessment base, particularly in areas where infrastructure already exists, and provide alternate housing opportunities for intergenerational living or for kids or whatever it may be. It just unlocks a lot of opportunity for the municipality, the city, and then individual property owners to meet some needs that they have as well. So we want to promote that, and that's what we're going to be doing next month.
Good. Well, good luck.
So we'll be in attendance at those shows, the entire time show. So for the home building show, was that 2 days or 3 days?
It's 2 days. It's Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and
So March 28th and 29th. The RV show is 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I just think it's the right audience. It's in alignment with who we're trying to attract. And so it was just a perfect sort of platform.
So does an RV qualify as a ARU?
An RV doesn't, but as we discussed there, we've actually met with a couple of local builders about what they offer, what they can do. And we kind of have a sample. It's available to the community to take a look at maybe after the meeting, to see exactly what they look like, what the specs are, what's permitted, what's not permitted. No, an RV is not permitted, but there's many things that are permitted. Yeah.
Well, I think if you go to an RV show and people are wandering in with that in the back of their mind and they see something like this, they might look at that as a more viable option or an appropriate option.
We have a lot of local residents that attend these shows as well as prospective residents, and it'll be a good way to showcase what you can do in the municipality of Tweed.
Perhaps if you need extra help after shows, Cindy, that maybe would want to sit there for a while.
That would be fantastic. Yes, absolutely.
fantastic.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you, Cindy.
I don't think so. No, I don't want to put Peter on the spot. You have a notice of motion coming forward, but do you want to speak to that after the motion's been presented to council? After? Okay, yeah.
Lori, have anything? No? Okay, motion to adjourn. Moved by Jim, seconded by Jack. All those in favor? The meeting is adjourned.